Welcome, one and all. This is the Cheesy Controller Podcast on this wonderful April 29th. I'm your host for this weekend, Jalen Roberts. With me, as always, you have the mayor of Stardew Valley, mayor of the world, mayor of very fucked up villages in Spain.
Oh, God, yeah.
Chris Multiply.
You guys, keep yourself a 7 around. 7s will treat you good.
Also with us, we have rags, glasses, manga, and
All right, PC players, just let it go. Just let it go.
Hey, PlayStation had it bad this time too.
Stick to your Half-Life and call it a fucking day. All right.
This week we're going to be talking about new developments in the Microsoft Blizzard deal, bad PC ports of Jedi Survivor, Armored Core 4, and really shitty mobile games.
Armored Core 6?
Armored Core 6.
All right.
Can't always be perfect.
All right. On this Saturday, we got a few stories so we could just talk about whatever the hell we want. First up, the Microsoft Activision deal has been blocked in the UK over cloud gaming.
So wait, does that mean it's like specifically just blocked in the UK but could still happen here?
Basically, it's just
or
litigation, but things are not looking good.
Yeah, Sony's about to have their way, but over cloud gaming of all things.
That's what makes this funny. That's honestly what makes it funny, because pour one out for Google Stadia. Pour one out for Google Stadia, preventing the Microsoft Blizzard deal.
It had one last fight. Damn. What about cloud gaming really made the UK like
lack of competition? Like, really, the only ones who would, if Microsoft got Activision, and it wasn't just that. Like, EU regulators also added that they don't believe that the Nintendo Switch could run Call of Duty. So they said,
that's not Call of Duty's fault.
It's true.
I mean, let's be real. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 barely runs on PC as it is. Like, let's be real here. Like,
yeah.
Call of Duty barely runs as it is.
Yeah, it's gotten better.
Has it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
The PC players should just stick to their Half-Life.
Oh.
I mean, honestly, like, if we're being real,
they should. Like, just let it go. Just let it go.
Just let PC gaming go, or just let playing Call of Duty go?
Call of Duty, the PlayStation ports, fucking Star Wars. Just let it go. Just walk away.
Star Wars. That's actually funny because that's the second story.
I'm just putting it out there. We don't have to dive into it, but hey,
we'll get to Star Wars in a minute. But really, it's just that they view that if the deal goes through, Microsoft would be like would gain an unfair share of the market. When it's like the market, like, first things first,
the market is devouring itself.
It really is.
Every major company is acquiring.
Yeah,
they're acquiring AA studios. Some of them are acquiring indie studios.
Yeah.
They're eating. Eating studios regardless of size. It doesn't matter.
And then let's be real here. Like, once again, as consumers, these corporations are not our friends. Like, in this whole entire suit, both Microsoft and Sony has been shown to be walling their games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's come out that, like, both sides have like, hey, remember, Sony basically has an exclusivity on the entirety of the Japanese game development.
Pretty much.
And then, like, the other studios they're buying, like, there's no guarantee. These corporate acquisitions are not good for us,
the
gamers. It's frankly not. Because all that's going to happen is we're going to keep continuing getting, the prices are going to get higher to promote profit margins.
Mm-hmm.
And basically it's buy, a console and pray that the PC port ain't shit. At least with Xbox, they have been running parity with PC.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a PC, you don't need an Xbox.
Yeah, that's like the biggest thing that Xbox has been doing is making sure, like, with Game Pass being their like main objective, Game Pass on PC is working just as well as getting like Game Pass on Xbox. So everybody's having the same kind of experience, which is refreshing compared to other companies that are just like pushing games out there that are just, they don't have that same kind of mindset for PC gaming.
And then let's be real, the PC gaming market is still a market.
Mm-hmm.
But consoles. Like consoles became, like, let's be real, like in the past 2 generations, like this generation and last generations, console sales have been like a lot of specifically Sony and Nintendo aren't taking losses on their consoles anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how it used to work, is you would take a loss on the console to get people in your infrastructure, and then you make the money off the games.
Mm-hmm.
That's like half the reason why they were exclusives in the first place.
Yeah. They selling the motherfucking consoles.
Yeah.
Yep. And raising the prices on the game, so they're gonna make profit everywhere.
They're gonna, and they're just gonna keep doing it to make more profit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What alarms me is where the money isn't going, you know?
Yeah, like the employees. And
let's be real. With these corporations, if your game is successful, you're still likely to lose your job. Blizzard made like $1 billion in microtransactions in like 2020 or was it 2019, and then laid off like 11,000, like 100 something thousand people.
yeah.
So if the deal is blocked, Microsoft did also say that if the deal gets blocked, they are going to continue as planned. So
yeah, they're going to keep appealing it.
Yeah.
Right. But then also, like, that's not even Microsoft's problem. It's that, like, Microsoft's problem is that they don't have like the console war winning product right now.
Yeah, they really don't. I don't think they've dropped a game yet that's for this generation. We all thought it was going to be Halo for like maybe a week, and then that was quickly debunked as a great game.
Game Pass has been wonderful with AA games and
indie games, yeah, but like
space, they have not been doing well. But then also the thing about the AAA space is that heck, one of the narrative directors at CD Projekt Red said that when it came to like the big RPG, they're hitting a wall.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just sad that like that's what the gaming world kind of sees as good numbers. Like you have to have that big AAA that's like sells your console or to bring you onto you. That's why everybody loves Sony so much, is because they'll bring out those AAAs like God of War, like Ratchet and Clank, and so on. Like,
yeah,
that sell those consoles.
Like, player expectations.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Like, we're just now getting back into games being stylized again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, he's pushing graphics, pushing this, pushing that. When
pushing P.
I wish they were. It's just like
they're pushing power. They're like, yo, we're gonna make this shit run.
Right,
like shit.
Exactly.
Right. It's just like these games are getting really big. What? Like, what is it about? Like, basically,
a lot of it feels like bloat. It's like
expectations a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
right. It's like they're putting more energy and effort into the game on a certain level, but it's not hitting on what people are looking for in a game.
Yeah.
Fun. Like people want to be engrossed in like the gameplay, the mechanics, in the world, all that goes into it. Like something like a fucking Mario game. People love those. And how graphically demanding is that? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it plays well on the Switch.
It plays fantastic. I'm not even a Mario nigga, and I can admit this. Like, they have this shit down to a science.
Mm-hmm.
But these games they put out, they're like, all right, we're gonna prioritize like this shit looking hyper realistic. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like it doesn't have that same sort of like feel to it.
Yep.
Like,
also like the thing about it is, while the consoles and the average PC has gotten more power, there's still system limitations. Like, one of the big reasons why Cyberpunk didn't run very well is because it was always on. The Witcher still had loading screens. You know, like, there was ways for the developers to pop stuff in and out to save loading space and yada yada yada. But it's like, that won't work with something like Cyberpunk because you're always in first person. It's always going. There's no loading screen. It's just like...
Well, it's interesting because they usually found ways to add in a loading screen without it looking like a loading screen. Like with little cutscenes or like going through the small like areas that like your character's kind of like traversing, but it's loading what's in the background while you're just like doing these things. So it doesn't look like a loading screen, your typical one, but
generation crawling through a tunnel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the reason why I feel this way is because the most fun I've had with gaming in the past, this entire generation, has been from the AA space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Smaller games like Forgive Me, Father, the
Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi shit.
Mm-hmm.
Heck. Actually,
that's not a AAA?
No, that's definitely a AA.
It's a AA game. I mean, but it's...
Sure?
Yeah.
You sure? Didn't the Xbox Game Studios put out?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Doesn't
and then also, let's be
they got that budget.
I don't know. Hi-Fi Rush is a lot smaller than like any AAA game.
Yeah.
I know it is, but AAA doesn't necessarily dictate size.
I thought it meant like how much money you're pouring into, and like how many how big the team / money you're pouring into a single game. That feels like a smaller studio.
I thought that was just based off of the studio that puts it out.
Huh. That's fair. I mean, both sides are that. I could see why.
There's a bit of both. Because, like, a AAA studio could release a smaller AA game. Heck, shit, that's how Deathloop started.
Yep.
Deathloop started development as just something for Arcane to keep Arcane busy while they figured out if they wanted to actually do Dishonored 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, like, let's be real. One of the reasons why game development has gotten like a bit complicated and out of whack is because of player expectations.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, I was just gonna say that is probably Xbox's kryptonite right now is player expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have like any game they're putting out is has to be like, oh man, you have to do it. You have to be the one that fucking gives Xbox that fucking haymaker. You know what I'm saying? And you guys are like, Redfall is coming. And some of the news that came out about that, people were like, damn, maybe they should delay it. Especially in that window that is coming out around. Mm-hmm. They sending that shit out to die. And they got Starfield. I don't give a flying fuck about Starfield. But that's like the game that everyone's throwing, that they're touting it up to be this major thing. And if it doesn't like hit,
if it flops it anyway,
if it doesn't hit incredible,
working at jump.
If it doesn't hit incredible at launch, people are gonna be like, this Xbox is a fucking failure. You know what I'm saying? Like it's because of those expectations that have been built up for it, and that game is gonna run like shit.
Up to it, but it's also like the idea of what like a really good AAA game should be.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole lot of like, let's be real, like some of the times we don't review a game based on what it wants to do and what it's attempting to do. We base it on what we want out of the idea of the game.
I mean, and part of that to me feels like that's Xbox's fault. It's been so long since they dropped a really, really good game that, like, after Sony was dropping, like, the new God of Wars, the Horizon Zero Dawn, then you're coming into the next generation, and they have the next... Like, you had so many games where everybody was like, Sony has been consistently, even if they weren't like the most immaculate conception kind of games, they have been consistently dropping good games, and Xbox hasn't really had that good game, so everybody's putting Xbox under this microscope and like dissecting everything when they wouldn't do that with Sony. They just kind of expect Sony to drop something really good.
This is also something else with Microsoft and their Game Pass is that the thing you also got to remember about your Sony ponies is Sony only makes AAA third-person action games. Yep. They literally make one genre of game, and occasionally they'll make a platformer called Ratchet and Clank. Like,
yep.
Let's be real.
And
also,
and your superhero game like Spider-Man,
that's still a third-person action game.
Yeah, I guess it just feels different,
and it's amazing.
It's God, I love Spider-Man so much.
Honestly, to me, Insomniac really puts Sony on their back.
Oh wait, that's supposed to be coming out around Armored Core. Fuck.
Damn.
That's coming out in September.
Oh, it's September. Oh, thank God.
No, wait. They've not officially said September. It's rumored for September.
Oh, they're gonna push everything back.
I don't know.
You don't know?
And then also the thing with Sony though is Sony gets a lot of that same heat. Like, let's be real. Part of the reason why, like, with Horizon's biggest problem is that Sony can't seem to release it not next to the game of the year.
Yeah.
Like, literally, whenever Horizon drops a main game of the year drops right next to it.
Yeah. So if you
Breath of the Wild, second one, Elden Ring.
So if you see Horizons dropping, you better go ahead and drop your game. You might be game of the year. It's like I would have overlooked this game if it wasn't for Horizon.
Yeah,
this
but that's
pushed
not
me
like...
over here. Horizon was so all right. It pushed me over here.
Also, something else though is that as consumers and as a gaming culture, because we're fucking spoiled, because we've never had access to video games like we do now.
Correct.
Both indie, AA, and AAA, Game Pass, PlayStation's, whatever the fuck that they're doing.
Shitposty phone games.
Right.
Shitposty phone games.
MiHoYoverse just dropped their new fucking gotcha game out the other day. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We're really harsh on a 7. Like, a lot of times we'll treat a game that's a 7 as a 5.
A 7 is still a fucking banger.
It's a dope ass game. Sometimes 7s are better games.
That's what it is. A 7 is usually a banger for you.
Yep.
It's like, I don't know why this shit is hitting for me, but it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 7. I'm playing Final Fantasy 1. That shit is a 7.
Yeah.
It's a 7. But
everybody,
that shit is hitting. I can't in good faith tell somebody, like, yeah, go play this shit. Unless I know that you're a fan of that genre of games.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, go back.
Final Fantasy, go see its roots.
Yeah. Exactly. See where it started.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fighting chaos right now. I'm on the final boss fight. But that nigga he fucking curb stomped me. I think I was like level 34, 35.
You're quite under level. I think you should be closer to 50.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
40.
See, like, I ran through the 4 fiends, and I ran through the 4 fiends again, and I turned encounters off, to be honest. I turned encounters off.
Of course. Like, there's a reason why gameplay...
I turned it on.
...moved away from random encounters into, hey, you'll see them on the overworld, smack them if you feel like fighting.
Right, because random encounters, I feel like it was there to add, like, more pressure on you. Because if you turned off encounters, it's just like, go walk here, walk here, walk here. Because the dungeons are straightforward enough, but there's some that don't lead anywhere. If you, like, open a door, it's like, oh, you took all those extra steps. Here's, like, 3 fucking fights you got to go through to get back on pace to finish up the dungeon.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, random encounters turned to be more frustrating than anything.
Right. So I turned it on right in front of the boss room, and I'm just running around leveling, basically. Also, I probably shouldn't have picked the monk.
Is it not good?
It's just not the best, you know? Like, the raw damage is good sometimes, but sometimes you get hit for like 800, you get hit for like 8. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. But, you know, I should have just got a red mage and satisfied my needs.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is the black mage in one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get a black mage before you get a red mage.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, no. You pick red mage.
Okay.
So it's You start off warrior, thief. You can pick monk, black mage, white mage, and red mage. So those are the 6 classes, and you can pick 4 of whatever, pretty much. And warrior is disgustingly broken. You want to have one of those no matter what. I'll say that. Anything else, free game. So I got a white mage, thief, and a monk. But that's besides the point.
I was about to get into this. Like, what's the thief do?
What's the thief do? They don't have any special abilities. That's the thing. It's just kind of based on what armor, armor, weapon, and the base classes. Only the 3 mages can wield magic. But once they evolve, and you get like the knight, the ninja, the knight and the ninja. The knight uses white magic up to like level 3 or 4, and the ninja will use black magic up to like 3 or 4. And then the red mage, once you get a red wizard, they can do even more black and white spells. I think it stops at like level 7, maybe 8 for red mage. And then black mage, white mage, you get, wizards, you get up to level 10 magic. And certain spells that the others can't do. And when the monk turns into the master, they just hit harder and wear less. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
Funny.
You don't need no armor for them. You don't need a weapon for them. You just sit them out there and they throw hands. That's it.
I like it.
Hell yeah.
And that game is a 7.
I love 7s. I mean,
7s are great.
Everybody, so like back to what you were saying, like 7s are for you, and there's so many 7s out in this world, but you find the one that is for you, and it's like,
right,
it'll be better than a 10.
Shit, Gundam.
Yeah,
Gundam Evolution.
It's a good time.
It might be a 7.
I really think that we, as a culture these days, rate a lot of things entirely too high or too low.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we really need to start like looking at these AAA games and saying that they're supposed to be 10s and ranking them at what they really are.
I mean, let's be real. Let's get rid of scores entirely because they completely removes the nuance of like what the game is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Because it's like, oh, this is let's be real. Half the time a game's a 10, it's because it's the big AAA pony.
Yeah, it's got a lot of hype. It's got a lot of like media and presence and just like advertisement just thrown into it. So that's all you see. So it kind of adds to your like want of the game.
I think my last 10 was Elden Ring.
I've experienced in years is Endwalker.
Yeah.
And Endwalker.
And
those were my 10s. Everything else was just kind of, it was there. Like, shit, man.
Fucking Endwalker, man.
I mean, I give Resident Evil 4 Remake a 10. But even in that 10, I don't feel like playing it all the time. Like, I haven't beat it yet. I love it.
It's 4. It's still 4.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I was like, I never really liked this game back in the day. This one, they like made it better.
I don't really like this game, but it's a 10.
It's a 10. I mean, like, I didn't like it on the GameCube because I never owned a GameCube, so I didn't get to like really sit down with it. Later. Also, I was broke back in the day. PS2 came out when I was 10. I'm going to ask my mom for a Resident Evil 4.
Shit.
Oh. I stuck with Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You just pick one game of the year. That was like back in the day when you pick one game for the year.
Like, that's part of the reason why our perception of games is so extreme, and also because we like to argue on Twitter. But it's just like we're spoiled. Like, you pay $15 a month, and you get more games than you will ever actually play.
Yeah, like that fucking like the PlayStation service, that shit has been feeding me.
Mm-hmm.
It's been feeding me. There are games on there that I've actually been wanting to play, and I'm kind of getting to the space where it's like, all right, I don't have to necessarily buy some of these games
Yeah.
that I want because it's probably going to pop up on this service at some point. And if not, I'm gonna catch it on sale when I'm ready.
Exactly, and then also let's be real: these services are changing how we haven't adjusted our metrics because of the service. Like for example, some people were saying that like Hi-Fi Rush wasn't bringing in the money that it was supposed to. When it's like Hi-Fi Rush was designed to sell Game Pass, it was shadow dropped with no acclaim, and it outsold Forspoken on its opening day on Steam.
Like, right. I still say Hi-Fi Rush is like that game that Xbox was searching for.
Yeah,
and they just. I don't think they knew what they were sitting on, or maybe they did.
Honestly, Hi-Fi Rush is like the perfect example of why Game Pass is great. It's just like you wake up one day and hey, here's a fucking banger of a video game.
Yep.
Like here you go, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
That game is fun.
The game is fun.
And it has soul to it. It's not like some soulless remake, or it's not like, hey, we just remade something you already like. Because let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
In our year of 2023, we're about 5 months in.
Mm-hmm.
3 of the biggest games this year have been remakes of GameCube era games.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4,
like
Metroid.
Like only except 2 of them have been GameCube era, and 1 was 360 era.
Yep.
Like the biggest games so far have been remakes of like 10, 15-year-old games.
Yep.
Now I will say there is something to games should be available. Like being able to play Metroid Prime on a Switch, that's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Feels good.
You know, I ain't got to plug in my GameCube to play Metroid Prime again.
I still need to cop that shit. I was talking about that the other day. I'm like, man, fuck, there's so many games that have dropped on Switch that I've just been not getting. I think the last Switch game I got was Splatoon.
The last game I got on Switch was SMT5. I'm not going to pretend.
Yeah, I mean, the last game I got was Pokemon Violet. I still haven't beaten it.
Outside of dabbling with the online service, every so often.
I will say I did download Fusion off of the online service because, you know, it's fucking Metroid Fusion. Like, it's so good.
You feel me? I still need to finish Dread.
It's my favorite 2D one outside of, like, with the exception of, like, Dread and the Prime franchise, because those are, like... Fusion is so good.
I really wish. I mean, like I got my Steam Deck, and I play that, and I picked up just to like get back with the family service, online family service that we had. I picked it up for the first time in like months since I had my Steam Deck. And I was like, damn, I really do feel like I could break the Switch just easily.
Right. My Switch has been sitting on my dresser for like the past 2 weeks.
Yep.
I don't know if it's dead or alive right now.
It's in the dock. I don't even think I have my dock plugged in.
My dock is in my dog's room because I use it for Ring Fit.
How is Ring Fit? I've considered it.
Yeah, you should get it. It's the one thing you just need some like space. So I was doing it in my room. My thing kind of shakes my bookshelf because I didn't nail it to the wall because
who does that?
Shit. Right, not a psychopath.
What if I want to move the bookshelf?
Right, you feel me? I don't live here. Rent. So, but yeah, it's definitely good. You'll get the workout in, you'll get some sweat in. The only thing is if the sensors aren't quite right, like either with the Joy-Cons or like the way it's positioning, if it's not reading and it's not completely accurate, you may be hitting the movements, but it's the game's acting like, nah, you kind of hit it. Like, I'll give you half credit for it, or you got to go in a more awkward position to really get the stretch or to hit the position that they're looking for. So that's the one thing. It's like I'm like almost overworking out, or this isn't comfortable. Type shit. But besides that, it's good.
Yeah.
I recommend it. And you get a Pilates ring.
Oh.
I didn't realize that the Ring Fit ring is
a Pilates ring.
Just a Pilates ring.
Fuck with that. I like Pilates. I do.
Right.
Also, since we mentioned it earlier, Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon, will be coming out August 25th.
Mhm.
Or as I like to call it, the Fires of Rubicante, since I can't unhear it in my brain.
And it looks good. The trailer they dropped looked good. I want to see more, of course. Hopefully, we'll see a bit more towards Summer Games Fest.
Right. And that's, what was it, August
25th.
August 25th. Yeah. I'm gonna be tapped in for it. That's the type of game I would want to play a demo for at first, just to get a feel.
Oh yeah.
To see if I'm
Yeah.
like, if it's just like the look, like I want to know if I would enjoy like going in, doing the customization, and just how the combat feels.
Yep.
I will say the Armored Core franchise has gotten faster as games gone on.
That's good.
You know, like
I'm not with that slow mech shit. I like the fast mechs.
Yeah.
One of the new features is the fact that you get a boost, so you can go from long range gun combat into melee combat.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And also, they put poise in it. You can stagger enemies in this game. If you hit a machine with enough damage, you can overload it and have it cause problems.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with Madrid. I really would. I love to see a demo of this game before truly committing.
Honestly, I think it would behoove them to put out a demo for it. Like Souls, we know what we're going to get with that, right?
Yeah.
Well,
but with like Armored Core,
yeah,
I feel like they're in a position to nail a larger market, so they might as well let us try it first too.
Yeah, but also the thing about it is like a lot of the FromSoft design origins that we see in the Souls games come from Armored Core.
Oh.
Yeah, like heck, before Dark Souls, FromSoft was the Armored Core developer.
Yeah.
Like that's what they were known for, was the Armored Core series.
Well, yeah, I always thought they did that stuff like side by side.
Nah.
There's also Tenchu, right?
I think so. I think that was too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, heck, I do think Armored Core needs a demo just because, like, let's be real, I don't know anyone who played Armored Core 5. Like, just wholesale.
Yeah.
Like,
only like maybe mech enthusiasts.
Also because Armored Core 5 came out a decade ago.
Yeah.
Like, that's another thing about that. So it's just like, I do think a demo would behoove them, just so that they don't lose some of their good faith as that reliable dev. Where it's like, because this isn't Souls.
Yeah.
Like a lot of what people think of FromSoft is the Souls games. Like even with their minor tweaks to their formulas with Bloodborne and Sekiro, like there's still like a design through line there, and a demo would. Also, I'm just a proponent of more demos.
Yeah.
Just wholesale.
I mean, if you're going to raise the prices of the games, we need to at least test it out before we drop $70 on it.
Right. So yeah, I'm excited. I hope they do put out a demo. That's going to really determine if I get it immediately or not. Because if not, I think I'll wait, watch some people play it, kind of get a feel for it that way, and go from there. And just, I don't know, wait on sale. But if I get a demo, that might be like, oh yeah, no, I actually needs that.
And another thing is, let's be real, because of the fact that we're like a whole generation and a half deep into like games being patched, most of the time there isn't a point in buying a game day one.
Nope. Actually, buying a game day one has bit me in the ass.
Were you buying it on PC?
Or PlayStation, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of that, the Jedi Survivor PC port is hot garbage. But we're also getting reports that the PlayStation version is also kind of garbage.
Yeah.
Just the console, the game it's just has some bugs.
It's got
some
bugs.
tearing.
I mean, it's got a
stuttering.
yes, frame drops, freezing,
crashes.
Jesus.
I think that's the least common one is the crashes.
Yeah. I would hope not.
Outside of that, I hear it's a fantastic game.
If you can get it to work.
Yeah, if it runs for you, great game.
You just have to be one of the Jedi's favorite.
Also, EA though has shown themselves as a company not to trust with their releases too, because let's be real.
Yeah.
And this is also another thing about the AAA gaming space that we were talking about earlier, is that a lot of these AAA companies aren't trustworthy.
Yeah. I really do think that's it's less the developer's fault and more of just
right. Because I'm sure if they had it their way, they would have had more time, maybe even more budget. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, heck, a lot of that advertising budget should have gone back into the game. Like, come on, why'd you get Mark Hamill to show up for your ad, Jedi Survivor, man?
Right.
Just to watch him do mocapping. Like, come on.
You know why?
Oh, I know exactly why.
You know why? Yeah. I mean, they're gonna do
what they do.
They're gonna patch it. It's gonna get patched. It's fine. Let's wait.
It's like
I'll wait.
Yeah, exactly.
I still need to beat the first one
on sale for like.
Yeah, I got to get back my first one.
I got to get back. It's like
next episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that's really just the news for this week, so we can go back to just talking bullshit. Chris, what have you been playing lately?
14. That's all I've been doing.
Oh yeah,
14.
Just 14. Yeah.
And Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what it is. I think those are my.
They put some fucking crack in it. What do you
They do.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh!
Bro, it's just so easy.
That is an 8. That is for you. So it really hit like a 10.
It really hit like a 10. It's a 10 in my heart.
Honestly, if that shit didn't crash on me as much as it did.
Bro, it's so good on Steam Deck.
If my record wasn't fucked because of it,
I don't even give a shit about my record. I just like you just build decks.
I don't either.
And you run them.
I honestly can't comprehend my skill.
I'll just be on that shit for hours. Just lay in bed. If I have a stressful day at work, I'm either coming home, I'm going to run a couple of dailies on 14 and just veg out. Because I know my rotation. I just know my rotation so well on 14 because I only play 2 jobs. And then I just go lay in bed, turn on the Steam Deck, and I'm just sending people to the Shadow Realm. Because I only play a Dark Magician deck.
Are you playing on your Steam Deck like this? Just
I summon the Dark Magician.
You gotta pull up with the Steam Deck fucking dual disc. Chris, oh my god, I need you to do this. You don't understand?
I need a 3D printer.
Oh my god, we would be
you
some
gotta
business
you gotta get the Carbon Corp cape. Wait, you Dark Magician?
Oh shit.
Yes, I
gotta
see
make
it now.
that happen.
For the next tournament.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh.
How's the meta treating you these days? Apparently, tier limits have been running rampant since.
It's fucking horrible, dude. It's all the meta is just negate. It just they just take their time and they summon all this bullshit so you can't have any fun.
Yeah,
that's all it is. And then you,
like
but I stay in my sweet spot of gold. So you'll get some meta, but you don't get all I'm not going into diamond. I will get up to gold 1 and just be I'm done. I'm going to put this down because I don't want to know what's on the other side.
Yeah.
Tier limits.
I mean, that's straight up if I
tier
love
limits and decks that beat tier limits. That's literally what high rank Yu-Gi-Oh is right now.
Right. I think honestly, if I just went into diamond, that would be the last trophy I needed to get on Yu-Gi-Oh. I like this game. I don't want to hate it.
Meta.
Yeah, meta always sucks. And I follow all these guys on YouTube that show you like what the meta decks are, and I'm like, I know what I'm gonna stay away from. I'll build a meta deck. I don't give a fuck.
Well, the thing about meta deck, especially with the fact that with how Master Duel functions, it's like that's a lot of money to spend to open packs.
Yeah, and if you're not spending money on Yu-Gi-Oh to try to build a meta deck, by the time you built that meta deck, I did that once. I built one meta deck. By the time I actually got it built without spending any money on that deck, it was not in the meta anymore. It's like it was like tier 3 deck, and I was like, okay, well, I at least enjoy playing it. But I'm not going to spend money on Yu-Gi-Oh to stay inside the meta, so I just stay outside where the meta is held.
Yeah. That's where the fun is. That's where the fun's to be had, you know?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you see some crazy ass shit in like the bronze. Like,
you might see some wild shit, or you'll see people using the method of like, oh, I can just go buy this deck.
Yep.
Cool. I got enough gold for it. Bet.
The bronze decks also like to kill themselves. Ooh, I love the Dark Magician deck. But no one knows how to use it. They came out with the Dark Magician like structured deck, and everybody uses it, but no one knows how. And it's like an ass. Actually, the deck is kind of ass. Because I bought some of it, I was like, oh, I'll just get a free Dark Magician. I'll get like some free spell cards, whatever. If it's only 550 gold. The deck itself is ass, and people just use it as that deck.
Oh no, I was gonna remix it.
Yeah, you gotta.
Like that's was a structured deck that's like, hey, here you go, here's your bones. Stack some muscle on it.
People are like, well, they add too many like magic cards. That's what I see mostly of Dark Magician users. They add a lot of magic cards that are supposed to be support for Dark Magician instead of picking very few ones that like help with the flow of your deck.
Right.
And so they'll do all this shit on their turn, and I'm like,
you kind of got to lean into 1 to 2 things.
Yeah.
And having all those different magic cards is going to pull you all those different ways.
Yeah.
You got to have you need one win condition and like 2 possibles, maybe.
And like the Dark Magician deck has 1 mechanic and 1 mechanic only. You're getting the trap card. I forgot what it's called. It's the Soul Servant or something like that. No, that's an actual card.
Is that the shit that looks like a
it looks like a slab, like one of the Yu-Gi-Oh slabs. Yeah.
All I know is when I see that slab, I'm pissed.
Yeah,
I got to get rid of that fucking slab.
You get that card out on the field and the ring. That's your 1 mechanic because the slab will let you summon Dark Magicians on both players' turns as long as it's in your hand or in the graveyard. And then the circle lets you banish anything anytime you summon a Dark Magician. So as long as you got a rotation of just sending Dark Magicians to your graveyard, it pisses everybody off.
So the key is I need to go banish these Dark Magicians.
Well, no, what you need to do is just kill the slab, because if the slab goes to the graveyard, the entire field is destroyed. Doesn't matter. It destroys every monster on their field.
So it's literally just Harpy's Feather Duster.
Yeah, that's why like if you destroy the slab, the trap card on the Dark Magician field, you've ruined their rotation.
The slab.
Yeah.
Heard.
That's literally all they've been playing. Yu-Gi-Oh! And fucking 14. And they're great
Collectively,
games.
as a unit, we have been playing a lot of 14. Jalen, we got you up to end game. You up here running through content.
Mm-hmm.
In game, I need gear. I just unlocked Copy Factory the other day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because I think I still need to do the third one.
You haven't done the third one yet?
No, like the last time we tried to queue up for it, I think it was just me and Jawan, maybe one other person, but that shit was taking a long time.
We can try it tonight, but the third one, it's stress.
I'm not doing shit today. I'm not doing shit. Zero plans. Zero plans.
Mm-hmm.
Feel that.
Yeah, I'll be on 14 a little bit later. I want to do the first part of Copy Factory.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to get to the second alliance raid for Endwalker.
I just need the gear to do it.
Chef's
Have it unlocked.
fucking kiss.
To do it. I still haven't done fucking Pandemonium either.
Really?
Do you have some? Oh yeah, we can run through Pandemonium for
the
sure.
First or the fourth? Yeah, I need some coins.
That'll at least get you the gear that you need to.
Oh yeah.
To run. Also, we can get us some blades of Abyssos because I need like 2 more, and that way you can get the weapons that are at 620 or maybe 610. I think.
I need like 250, 300 more astronomy to get my tier 2 Manderville weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So like I already have that unlocked. Like I have the Manderville weapons right now. I just need to get them upgraded to the tier 2 because literally the relic weapons are like you need 3K astronomy. Well, currently it's 3K astronomy. Like with the next patch, it's going to be who knows what they're going to do when it turns to causality.
Dude, that's what I'm trying to do. Like run some dailies and get that at least the chess piece for causality because everything else is kind of cheap.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I was almost capped on causalities last night. So not last night, maybe a few days ago. And I went and hopped some shit for my summoner. I was like, fuck it, I'll just get the set for my summoner.
I mean,
since I have
you
the
augment it
shit on my other 2.
You augment it. It's the best gear you can get without doing the like extreme raid or whatever.
You know, people are picking up healer. I can be a cog more.
My freaking Astro is 77. I'm getting there. Getting there. Like I'll finally get my Astro to 90 just in time for it to get reworked the fucking again.
Yep. Who knows? They probably won't like gut it. They're probably they're just trying to.
I thought they made everything perfect, so everything's within a like.
Hell no, Astro has so many fucking buttons.
Still,
it's definitely still in the 2-minute timer, but it's got a lot of fucking buttons.
A lot of buttons. I mean, a lot of fucking buttons, man. Like that is the most full bar. I have 3 nearly full bars of just skills.
Yeah, that tracks.
Like it's that I barely get to use because I'm in leveling dungeons and I don't get to use them.
Yeah,
that's what I hate about like using Black Mage is like that class is so boring when you go into leveling dungeons.
Honestly, that's why I'm happy about that. When I'm grouped with the minimum level function in Daily Roulette, where it's like the lowest one, the lowest dungeon they'll give you is based on the lowest party member there, which is nice. Because I'm tired of hitting leveling and get thrown into the 1,000 miles of fucking Total Rock again.
I just got to raise the White Mage. So we're not getting at all that bullshit, those bullshit dungeons.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Slick, and also I still need to unlock Borgia.
Oh, yeah. I think I've unlocked it, but I don't think I've ever done it.
I need to unlock it so I can, use that to get 7. Because that's how you get to 80 these days, ain't it?
Yes. I think.
Don't quote me.
Yeah.
Astro and Dragoon are getting reworks in 7.0. Like, come on.
What the hell are you doing to Dragoon?
Dragoon?
Yeah.
Who knows?
But below
on that because I sure as hell not.
That's really what it is. I think a lot of times they can kind of condense the buttons into like one, especially if it's more
just like Astro.
If it's more of a continuation move, you can kind of just put it on the same one.
Oh, that makes sense.
My biggest change that I would want with Astro is to put more power back into the cards. Because it's literally
like more RNG or
no, like actual power. Like basically it's just draw 3 cards. You use your draw to get mana back. You use it for an attack boost, and then you use it. Then once you get all 3, if you're low on mana, then you could I want to say minor Arcana it turn into Lord of Crowns, Lady of Bowls, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But really, you're just stacking up 3 different ones. Really, what they need to do is get rid of half the buttons and make it so that the spells gain new effects with the how many different seals you have. That's really all they need to do. Make more spells function like Astrodyne, because that's a good fucking spell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get attack boost, a heal boost, just off of 1 skill if you have all 3 seals. So I think they should just move that mechanic to more of the spells, and that would get rid of a lot of the button bloat.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds dope.
Because, like, fuck, Astro has a lot of buttons.
Yeah.
A lot of buttons.
Yeah. I want to play Astro, but I might as well just wait till it gets reworked at this point. Because my Astro's like, what level do they start at? 30?
Mm-hmm.
I think it shit might be at 34, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Man,
that was just from Palace, so I don't even know how to fucking play it for real. No clue what I'm doing.
I mean, really, it's just card, and don't use what is it? Whatever the heal is, the level 1 heal.
Benefit?
The moment you get the second one, drop that. Like, technically, you could use it to like fish for free. Fucking, I'm just gonna call them Cure 2s.
Uh-huh.
You could use it to fish for Cure 2s like a White Mage, but it's not worth it because.
Wait. You can use Cure 1 and it'll give you a proc Cure 2?
Yeah, that's the whole point of Cure. It's like you could use Cure 1 to fish for a free Cure 2.
So if you play Cure 1, it's possible that it could instead be Cure 2? Is that how that works?
No, make it so that your next cast of
Cure
is, yeah.
Oh, I see.
But the problem is Cure 1 heals so little that the tank will die trying to fish while you're trying to fish for it.
So just use Cure 2.
Just use Cure 2.
Okay.
Like, literally the only reason I have Cure 1 in my bar is just in case I end up in a leveling.
Yeah.
Honestly, Cure 1 should be a trait. It should just be trait. Like, Cure 1, once you hit a certain level, just evolves into Cure 2.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I still miss being able to get shields on Astro. I miss it. I miss when Astro was the in-between of Scholar and White Mage.
So they've like completely...
Doesn't Astro have like 1 shield move?
It's high. It's really high level though. Like, I think I just got it.
Oh, I see.
I think I just got it. No, actually, I don't have it. It's at 80. It's Nocturnal. It's Neutral Sect. That's what they changed Neutral Sect into.
The shield move.
Yeah, it gives a shield. But I will say, Astro has some of the prettiest healing effects.
Oh god, yeah, they're gorgeous.
Just drop a Celestial Opposition. I'm like, that is, or an Earthly Star. I'm like, that's pretty.
Yeah, I like the look of it. Like everything with Astro, like makes me want to play it, but
it's a lot of fucking buttons that honestly
you're
not really gonna be using.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Astro has 3 AoE heals.
Why?
You have Helios, which is your raw AoE heal. No. Yeah, you have Helios, which is your raw AoE heal. You have Aspected Helios, because originally, the Aspected spell had a different effect based on what sect you were in. Diurnal, a heal over time. Nocturnal, a shield. So it's like you have your AoE heal, you have your AoE heal that gives regen, and then you have this heals a target and everyone else. Honestly, there's probably one more that does that too. Like, I'm serious. Like, half of these skills could just become traits of each other.
Yeah, that only makes sense.
And then just give me other ways to burn my seals that isn't Astrodyne. Astrodyne. That's really all I need from Astro.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's dope. So, yeah, Jill, what have you been on?
Other than 14?
Yeah, other than 14.
Other than 14, actually, I started playing Honkai Star Rail, which is the new MiHoYoverse gacha game. Creators of like Genshin Impact. It's a turn-based RPG.
And Honkai Impact.
And Honkai Impact, yes. It's fun. It's a fun little mobile RPG. It's pretty. It's solid. I like the fact that you could use your special moves to skip turn order a little bit. Like, so if you have your special, you can press that and you will immediately go next. And so that's fun, that's handy, and it has like some fun utility. There's not a lot of meat to the combat though, but it's a mobile game, let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, I'm playing it on my PC, but it's still a mobile game.
Yeah.
It's free to play. It's fun. Because it just came out, the gacha elements are cheaper. Because, it just came out, but it's still a MiHoYoverse gacha game. Them rates ain't good.
Rates his ass.
Yep, yeah. It's a gacha game. Rolling for characters, but I will say I'm not the biggest fan of the outfit design of the MC, but the personality of the protagonist is great. You're cool. Basically just a raccoon. You are literally a raccoon. There is one of the there's an item you get that basically says, yeah, none of the characters understands why the MC keeps digging through trash. Because if you go up to a trash can, you can interact with it. Oh. And because players are gonna interact, but you're gonna press it. Canonically, your crewmates are like, "Why the fuck is this bitch keep digging through the trash?"
I don't know. I just feel like I'm gonna find something good in here. Oh.
Hey, actually, I think that's where I think you find that item in a trash can.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so it's fun that you're playing literally the equivalent of a wet raccoon.
A wet raccoon.
Yeah, and also your weapon is a baseball bat. That's also something I love. I love baseball bats as weapons.
In my dream last night, I was threatening somebody with a baseball bat.
Get that Louis V. Slugger. Wait. Do you want to unpack that?
I don't remember why, though. I'm sure it was more of a, don't fuck with me. I have a bat. I don't remember why, though. I don't remember the context, but when you said bat, it stuck out to me.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like having like a turn-based RPG, a light turn-based RPG on your phone, or something you could like play on your second monitor, it's a good time.
Okay. Just
don't get too caught. And of course, they have to these days. At the bottom, they say, please play responsibly and spin responsibly. Because I've already seen YouTube videos of people dropping like 5 to 7K on rolls.
Oh, man, that makes my stomach hurt.
Oh, yeah. Like,
okay.
I have not spent... Yeah, like, there's plenty of things to buy in this game. Like, you have your gacha rolls. You have your premium currency, so you can buy more gacha rolls. You have the battle pass.
Are these shits even fun enough to be dropping money in it like that?
It's an addiction.
It's one of those things where if you play it long enough, it'll give you character-based brain rot like Persona does. Because basically the way it is that you have your chat, you meet them, you hang out, you go through the story, because all the characters in the gacha you interact with throughout the story, and you spend some time with. So it's like, oh, okay, I like this character. Yeah, I'd like to have this character. And then you just end up, and then you have to subject yourself to the gacha. Damn. I have put like 50-something rolls into it and haven't gotten a 5-star yet, but, that's par for the course. Like, I haven't spent a dime in that game, and I'm not. Actually, I take that back. If I finish the battle pass, I will buy that. Because it's completed, might as well get all the premium rewards.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like, I've learned my lesson with gacha games. Don't let that gambling addiction take hold, because that's all that is. That's a gambling addiction. Instead of winning money, you're winning PNGs of bitches.
Anybody watch that the latest season of Agretzko?
Mm-mm.
No, I haven't watched that yet.
Heidi got really into this gacha game.
Oh my god.
Oh man, this nigga fucked up a check.
Like I said, I just watched a YouTuber last night spend $7,000.
God damn, man.
Right.
I wish I could.
Right. No, I don't. No, I don't. That's $7,000. You know how much other shit I could buy with $7,000?
Well, that's what I would do with it. I wouldn't. If I could drop $7,000 on one app, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But to have the money to do that,
have the money to do that,
man.
I mean, I guess you could be homeless with a phone.
You could be living in
a car,
internet cafe.
That's true. Don't trust the internet.
Gacha games, man. That's literally, hey, you want these bitches to give you a gambling addiction? If you don't roll, you'll never get the character. But like, and of course, you know, this being a gacha game that literally just came out. Like, I want to say it came out like 3 days ago.
It just came out 3 days ago?
Yeah.
And people are already spending $7,000 on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Content creators are spending $7,000. I will say that also, like, content creators are the main ones dropping.
Content creators, they're not a real sample size, though.
No.
Yeah.
Influencers, content creators, it's all. That's all.
But also, like, but though, I will say, watch some of those videos so you can get an idea of so you can get a full understanding of what them rates are, because holy fuck, them rates are bad. I mean, let's be real, average for a gacha game, but gacha game rates are bad.
Yeah.
But once again, the gameplay itself is fun. Wandering around the worlds are fun.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a jump button for some reason, but, you know, who cares? Like, it's a good time.
You need
and
one?
the characters are better than Genshin, in my opinion.
Nice.
Like I said, the main character is literally a wet raccoon of a person. And you have dialogue options, so it's like, you know, you could even be more of a wet raccoon of a person.
Well, damn.
Did they give you wet raccoon answers?
I mean, once again, canonically, all your team members are very confused for why you're still digging in trash cans.
That's hilarious.
I know they stink.
What is this called?
Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail.
Found it. Okay.
You can play it on PC, mobile. I'm pretty sure it's on console, because Genshin is on consoles. Shit, did you know that Microsoft fumbling another bag almost had Genshin Impact as a console exclusive?
Really?
Yeah, and now I'm pretty sure currently it's a Sony exclusive.
I could have sworn it was on Xbox. Unless they just took it off.
I don't know.
Yeah, this all tracks.
But yeah. But that's been about it. It's been a good podcast. You can find us on our socials. You can find me at Squid Bishop. Chris?
You can not find me on the internet, really. But you can hit me up in the Discord.
Madrid?
Dragon X on Twitter.
And that's all we have today. Until next time, keep it cheesy.